Once upon a time in a small coastal town, there lived a young boy named Tommy. Tommy was fascinated by the sea and its mysteries. His favorite bedtime stories were the ones his grandfather told him about grand ships sailing across the ocean. But there was one story that intrigued him the most, the story of the magnificent Titanic. The Titanic was the most magnificent ship ever built. It was said to be unsinkable and was about to embark on its maiden voyage. Tommy's grandfather, Captain James, had seen the Titanic up close and personal when he was a young sailor. He told Tommy stories about the enormous ship, its towering smokestacks, and the luxurious ballrooms inside. One sunny afternoon, Tommy decided to visit the town's library to learn more about the Titanic. There, he discovered books filled with pictures and stories about the ship, its passengers, and the incredible journey it was supposed to take. The more Tommy read, the more he was captivated by the ship's grandeur. That evening, as Tommy sat by the window, gazing out at the sparkling sea, he made a wish upon a twinkling star. "I wish I could go on an adventure like the Titanic," he whispered to himself. To his surprise, as he closed his eyes, he felt a gentle breeze and heard the distant sound of waves crashing against the shore. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer in his room, but standing on the deck of a massive ship. Tommy's heart raced as he realized he was on the Titanic itself. The ship was breathtaking, just as he had imagined. Tommy explored every corner, from the elegant dining rooms to the bustling kitchens and the magnificent ballroom. He met friendly passengers and crew members who shared stories of their own adventures at sea. But as the days passed and the Titanic continued its voyage, Tommy began to sense a growing unease among the people on board. Rumors of an iceberg ahead circulated, and the atmosphere became tense. He knew from his reading that the Titanic's journey would soon take a tragic turn. One fateful night, while Tommy stood on the deck, he saw it, an enormous iceberg looming in the distance. Panic spread through the ship as the crew tried desperately to avoid the collision. But it was too late. The Titanic struck the iceberg, sending shivers through its mighty frame. Tommy felt his heart sink as he watched the chaos unfold. Passengers rushed to lifeboats, and crew members worked tirelessly to save as many lives as possible. Tommy knew he had to help too, so he joined the crew in their heroic efforts. As the Titanic began to sink beneath the icy waters, Tommy helped load people into lifeboats and offered comfort to frightened children. He worked alongside his fellow crew members until the very end. When the Titanic finally slipped beneath the waves, Tommy found himself back in his room, safe and sound. It had all been a dream, or so he thought. But he knew he had experienced something extraordinary, a journey back in time to witness the grandeur and tragedy of the Titanic. From that day forward, Tommy cherished the memories of his Titanic adventure. He knew that even though the ship was gone, its story would live on, reminding everyone that even the mightiest of creations could be humbled by the power of nature. And he learned that sometimes the most remarkable adventures could happen in the most unexpected places, even in a dream.
If you liked this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe our channel as well as press the bell icon.